Hello folks, today we will be making something that I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out. Time for arts and crafts. So what we'll need is 2 toilet paper rolls, some of this stuff, alcohol wipes, a knife to make a little incision. You will need 4 Q-tips or similar stick type items, a regular ballpoint pen, a Sharpie, and some scrap paper wherever you may find it. We will begin by making, no, we're not going to do that. We want to align things first. So grab your Sharpie, take your 2 paper towel rolls or your toilet paper rolls, and make a line approximately in the same place on each one. Similar to this, okay? Put them aside for now. Put the cap back on your Sharpie so you don't accidentally mark up any surfaces. Take your knife and make an incision in each one of the lines we created. Ah, fun. Aren't arts and crafts fun? Done. Okay. Now, we have our toilet paper rolls empty with the incisions. We want to make sure that this incision is going to be big enough to allow us to stick our Q-tips in. So take your knife, stick in your incision, and maybe wiggle it around. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now, we are going to take our Q-tips and we are going to stick them inside the incisions, just like this. Do you see? Take your other paper towel roll and stick it to the corresponding side. Oops, there you go. We should end up with something like this. Set it aside for now. We want to move our knife out of the way so we don't accidentally cut ourselves. And I've been tasked with recycling this. So I have to separate this metal from the paper. So what better way to separate metal from paper than to manually rip the paper off of it, like so. We're going to rip the paper up, we're going to crumple it up, and we're going to stick our paper inside our toilet paper rolls. Uh-oh, I wasn't expecting that to happen. That's okay. You might find things bouncing around a bit, but that's okay. Let's just try to stick it in around the Q-tips, like this. You won't need much. Now, it's a little more rigid, a little more full, and it can sit down just like this. Fun. Now, I asked you to keep these aside, but I've changed my mind. We don't need them. This is garbage. I also asked you to get 4 Q-tips. So far I've only needed 2, so I don't know what I'm going to do with these 2. So we'll leave these aside for now and think of something later. Okay. Oh, I know. take your creation and make an incision, or take your Sharpie and make a line on each side of your paper towel rolls, like this. There you go. And then we will take, first things first, put the lid back on your Sharpie. We will then make a incision, just like we did last time. Stick it in, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. So now we have an incision on each side. Take one of your extra Q-tips, stick it in. Take another Q-tip, stick it into the other side. Wow. Now it's coming together, isn't it? We have now created a masterpiece. We have to give this masterpiece an identity. So take your ballpoint pen, and you can use a pencil, you can use a crayon, or whatever you have at hand, and we are going to give our friend a little face. So let's get an eye up here, just like this, an eye, some eyelashes, oh yeah. And we want to avoid a situation where our little friend is going to have an eyebrow crisis. So we want to take our Sharpie this time, because it's darker, and give him some nice eyelashes. There you go. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of space in here. So I can't give him a mouth or a nose. So I clearly didn't think this one through. But good enough. This is our creation for today. This has been our weekly installment of Arts and Crafts. I'll see you again next week while we create a new masterpiece. Bye-bye. Subscribe.